Motivation gets you started. Discipline is the only thing that gets you to the finish line. Motivation shows up when you feel good. Discipline shows up when you don't, and that's the problem. Most people are waiting to feel motivated, but feelings are unreliable. They change by the hour. The people you call disciplined aren't feeling more excited than you. They just stopped waiting to feel like it. That one shift sounds small, but it's the difference between a life you planned and a life that just happened to you. Today, I'm going to show you what discipline actually is. Not the gym poster version, not the wake up at 5 a.m. version, the real mental system behind it. Because here's what nobody tells you. You've probably tried to build discipline before. A new routine, a fresh start on a Monday. It worked for a while. Then it quietly disappeared. That wasn't a lack of willpower. It was the wrong model. You were trying to force a feeling instead of building a system. And systems don't care how you feel today. That's exactly why they work. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some people follow through on everything they promise themselves, while others break the same promise over and over. Let's begin. Welcome back to Fuse Mindset, the place where we don't just talk about success. We break it down until it actually makes sense. If you're new here, this channel is for one type of person. Someone who is tired of starting over and finally ready to finish what they start. If that's you, hit subscribe right now, because this isn't motivation. It's a mirror. And once you see how discipline actually works, you can never go back to waiting for motivation again. Every week, we break down one idea until it's simple enough to actually use, not just enjoy for 10 minutes and forget by tomorrow. Let's get into it. Here's the biggest myth about discipline. People think disciplined people don't feel lazy. They don't feel tired. They don't feel like quitting. That's false. They feel exactly what you feel. The difference is they don't let the feeling make the decision. Imagine two people. Both wake up not wanting to work out. The first one thinks, "I don't feel like it," and stops there. The second one thinks the exact same thing and goes anyway. Same feeling. Different outcome, because discipline isn't the absence of resistance. It's moving despite it. Think about the last time you actually followed through on something hard. Were you excited? Probably not. You were just willing to act without permission from your mood. That's the entire skill, not eliminating resistance, just refusing to let it vote. Think of it like a passenger in your car. Resistance can talk, it can complain the whole ride, but it doesn't touch the wheel. You do, so here's your challenge. The next time you don't feel like doing the thing you know you should, do it anyway. Not because the feeling changed, because you decided the feeling doesn't decide. There's a reason willpower always runs out. Most people try to force themselves through discipline using pure effort, fighting temptation all day, resisting distractions every hour. That works for a few days, then it collapses. Because willpower is a limited battery, and you can't win a war of attrition against yourself. The 1% don't rely on willpower. They rely on environment. Imagine trying to eat healthy in a kitchen full of junk food. You're not weak. You're just fighting a battle you designed yourself to lose. Now imagine a kitchen with nothing but healthy food. Suddenly, discipline barely matters because the easy choice became the right choice. This is why two people with the same goals get different results. It's rarely about who wants it more. It's about who built a life where the goal is easier to reach than to avoid. Your phone on the nightstand guarantees a certain morning. Your phone in another room guarantees a different one. You're not choosing willpower. You're choosing your setup, and your setup chooses the rest. Here's your challenge. Look at the habit you keep failing at. Change one thing in your environment that makes the wrong choice harder to reach and the right choice easier to start. Discipline isn't built in the big moments, it's built in the small promises you make to yourself. I'll wake up at 7. I'll write one page. I'll go for a walk. Tiny promises that feel too small to matter. But here's what nobody tells you. Every time you keep a small promise, you're not just completing a task. You're teaching your brain that your word means something. And every time you break it, even a tiny one, you're teaching your brain the opposite, that your own promises are optional. This is why some people trust themselves completely and others don't believe their own goals anymore. It's not talent, it's a track record, built one small promise at a time. And here's the part that matters most. Self-trust isn't built by the big, dramatic goals. It's built by the boring, tiny ones nobody's watching. The version of you who shows up when nobody would notice if you didn't is the version who eventually does the impossible. Think about someone you trust completely. Chances are it's not because of one grand gesture. It's because they showed up 1,000 small times. Your own trust in yourself gets built exactly the same way. Here's your challenge. Make one small promise to yourself today, something so small you have no excuse. Then keep it. Self-trust is built in the small things first. Here's something that will change how you see discipline. Most people think discipline means doing something every single day, no matter what. And when they miss a day, they feel like they failed completely. So they quit. That's not discipline. That's perfectionism wearing discipline's name. Real discipline isn't about never missing. It's about never missing twice. Imagine you skip one workout. That's not the problem. Life happens. The problem is when one missed day turns into a missed week, then a missed month, and suddenly you've quit without even deciding to. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never fall off. They're the ones who get back on immediately. Perfectionism says, I broke the streak, so what's the point now? Discipline says, I broke the streak. Today it starts again. One of those mindsets builds a life. The other one resets to zero every single time. Nobody remembers the day you missed. Everyone eventually notices the pattern of never coming back. So the mistake was never the missed day. It was letting it become the story. One missed rep doesn't undo months of work. A pattern of quitting does. Learn to tell the difference, and you'll never lose another year to a single bad day. Here's your challenge. Stop trying to be perfect. Start trying to be quick to return. The moment you miss a day, a workout, a habit, your only job is to not miss the next one. Let's talk about the real reason most people quit. It's not laziness, it's the gap. The gap between where you are and where you want to be. In the beginning, that gap feels huge. You put in effort and see almost nothing change. This is where 99% of people give up, right before the results start compounding. Imagine planting a seed. For weeks, you water it. Nothing visible happens. No sprout, no progress. Then one day, it breaks through the soil and grows faster than you expected. Discipline works the same way. The results are invisible for longer than feels fair. Then they arrive all at once. This is exactly why so many people quit right at the edge of the breakthrough. They can't see how close they are. Nobody can. That's what makes it a test, not of talent, of patience. If you could see exactly how many days were left before it clicked, this would be easy. Everyone would push through. The whole point is that you can't see it. You just have to decide to keep watering the seed anyway. Every person who ever built something real passed through this exact invisible stretch. The only difference between them and everyone else who quit here is they kept going one more day. Here's your challenge. The next time you feel like quitting because nothing seems to be working, remind yourself, you're not failing. You're still underground. Growth is coming. You just can't see it yet. There's one more shift that changes everything. Most people think of discipline as something you do. Wake up early, hit the gym, follow the plan. But the people who stayed disciplined for years, not weeks, don't think of it as something they do. They think of it as who they are. There's a difference between I'm trying to work out and I'm someone who works out. The first one is a task you can talk yourself out of. The second one is an identity you have to betray to skip. Every time you follow through, you're not just finishing a task. You're casting a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. Every time you skip it, you're casting a vote for the opposite. Nobody becomes disciplined in one decision. You become it the same way you become anything else, by accumulating evidence until you believe it. This is why telling yourself, I'll try to be more disciplined, rarely works. Trying leaves the door open to not trying. Identity closes that door. It's no longer a choice you make every morning. It's just who you are. Here's your challenge. Stop telling yourself, I need to start doing this. Start telling yourself, I'm the type of person who does this. Then act like it's already true. Let's bring this together. Discipline isn't a personality trait. It's not something you're born with or without. It's built through small promises kept, through environments designed on purpose, through getting back up quickly after missing a day, through trusting the process even when the gap feels too wide. None of this requires feeling motivated. That's the whole point. Discipline is what you do when motivation doesn't show up. Think back to everything we covered. Feelings don't get a vote. Environment does half the work for you. Small promises build the trust big goals depend on. Missing once is nothing. Missing twice is the pattern. The gap that feels impossible is just the part right before it isn't. And discipline stops being effort the moment it becomes identity. So don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect morning, the perfect mood, the perfect plan. Make one small promise to yourself right now and keep it. That's where discipline begins. If this video gave you a clearer way to think about discipline, subscribe to Fuse Mindset. This is exactly the kind of content we post every week, not to entertain you for 10 minutes, but to help you build a mind that follows through. And tell me in the comments, which is harder for you, starting or staying consistent? I read every comment, and your answer might become the topic of the next video. Remember this, you don't need more motivation. You don't need a better personality. You need one small promise kept today, then another tomorrow. That's the entire system. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep your word to yourself.